This channel is sponsored by Truefire, and for the next few days they're running a buy one get one free promotion. So this means that if there was any particular course that you were looking at grabbing on Truefire, you can get one and get another free. I don't really need to explain to you what buy one get one free means, do I? Follow the links in the description, and yeah, Truefire, thanks for sponsoring the channel. Okay, so this guitar has really I think been one of the best PRS guitars that I've ever played. Now, you might have already seen some on this. This is a PRS SE NF53. Now, what nudged me sort of to talk about this again was, well, PRS just reposted one of the videos I did on it. I don't know if they'd seen that I'd said that I kind of preferred it to the actual core models. Maybe they don't mind that. I don't necessarily think like that's particularly on brand necessarily, but more people can afford an SE, so I guess to gas up the SE line, it's probably more important to PRS than actually their core line in many ways. Anyway, but my buddy John over in Australia went to the Sydney country thing. Megan Moroney was playing, and she has two guitarists, Riley Lowery and John Barker, and you know, one of those guys was playing a core, and then the other guy was playing two SEs, and it kind of got me thinking about when pros choose an SE guitar. Cheese, yes, naughty thing. Okay. Socky.
I can put it in the washing line.
Oh, you could put it on a guitar. Put it on a guitar.
Okay. That's where the safe.
That's a bit goody, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I have a little spin?
Let's stop that now. Joe Walsh is another guy. You know, these are people that are not really having to pay for their gear necessarily, but for whatever reason are going for the SE guitars. And I'm going to guess again that Joe Walsh can afford whichever guitar he likes. The fact that he's chosen one of, you know, the SE. To me goes to show that there really is something here. Also, Mick Taylor on that PRS Silver Sky SE on the £250 pedal board show the other day. I just thought it was some of the most inspiring playing that I've heard from Mick in a long time. And it does to me also show to me that there are things that are much more important than price overall, like the actual quality of the fretwork, the look of the guitar. Like, do you feel like it suits you in terms of looks is an important factor, because you're just not going to play a guitar that you think is ugly, which is, you know, a problem that PRS have with a bunch of potential customers. And then the other thing is the all-important thing for me, which is why I put this pretty much above almost any other PRS that I've played, certainly any other SE that I've played, the neck shape. And this one is, I think it was 7/8 of an inch here to 31 out of 32 of an inch, so basically an inch here. And it's just this really wonderful feeling, adult, grown-up kind of neck. And if you're used to like a slimmer neck, like a Fender player or you know, Ibanez RG or anything like that, then this is not going to feel comfortable for you. The other question that I've had about it is, does it sound like a Tele? And I'm not that sure that it does. Now, I was looking up this and I can't find too many examples of this sort of thing, but Joe Walsh is definitely one. This guy from Holding Absence was gigging a Silver Sky SE for a while. And then I thought, actually, there are a few SE signature models, right? So there's like the DGT, which actually at Peach, I think is up for like £700 now, which is, to me, an incredibly good guitar for that kind of money. There's obviously the John Mayer Silver Sky SE, but also, more interestingly, I think, is the Mark Holcomb stuff, which I think he gigs those as well, right? So, you know, if you're in a touring band playing with Periphery, the SE signature, I think, actually probably makes more sense for, like, the average fan as well. If you think, like, I'm sure most people don't have sort of $3,000 to be spending on their hero's guitar, but if it's more within reach, like £1,000 or under, then presumably artists do better from an SE signature as well, like John Mayer as well. And then more recently there's that Herman Lee signature. But I thought it was like an interesting, you know, why not, if these guitars are actually really good, and some of the ones that I played I've not liked anywhere near as much. But of the maybe sort of 10 PRS guitars that I've played over the last, is it 10, 12, something like that, this is probably the best one, or that suits me best. Now, I don't know whether you think it sounded like a Tele from the comparisons with the Nacho. Felt like the pickups were maybe hotter if I back it off to like 8. But that is really, I think, the thing that I guess the pros start to appreciate, and it's kind of like these are tools that are flying with you around the world, or if you're on, you know, a lower level, you know, like me, you're going around and you're playing like some pub gigs, or you're playing some weddings and stuff, you're leaving these things unattended. If you can find a guitar that really speaks to you for way less, then why would you pay any more? And to that end, like, if I was thinking, you know, I like everything about this, but does it sound as, you know, quintessentially Tele like as I'd like it to? Why wouldn't I just upgrade this guitar, stick in some Tele pickups or something like that, if I did feel that these pickups were really lacking? Which, to be honest, I don't. I think, if anything, they're just a little bit hotter than what I might like, but in general they're doing a good enough job, I think. And like I've said all along, I feel like this neck shape is the thing that is really drawing me to this guitar, and the aesthetics. Now, this is not going to be for everyone at all, and just like a lot of PRS guitars, you know, they're decidedly Marmite, but this one here, for some reason, just really does speak to me. I guess it's not totally dissimilar to my sort of Twatcaster aesthetic in general, right, where it's like that sort of see-through blondish finish, obviously done much tidier, but the main thing for me is this neck, which does feel like a Tele neck, and that slightly thicker, you know, feeling neck, which you don't see too much of, certainly under £1,000, and even amongst most Fender American guitars, the necks tend to skew way thinner than this. So I'm really liking that this guitar exists. Now, I'm going to try, I think, once they come into stock in the right colour in the UK, I think I'm going to try and grab another one to just compare and see if this was like lightning striking, rather than it being like a model that actually just suits me. You know, this is one of the things that Mayer has said, that he can pick up a Silver Sky off of the shelf and be like the very consistent guitars. I don't know if that's the case with these SEs, because I've not played enough of them to know. The Silver Sky SEs were very consistent that I've played. I've played a few of those SE Satin ones, the very cheapest PRSs that you can get, pretty consistent too. Does that continue even like in this case, where it's like the best PRS that I've maybe played is an SE? one of, like, it's top 3. Like, there's this one of Tony's, there's my Silver Sky, and then there's this. Yeah. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you like the NF53 vibe, or do you think it looks awful? I'd love to know your thoughts. Cheers for stopping by.